Hello, good morning. It is 7:58. Kids are ready for school. I'm getting ready for work, and I just wanted to show you what I do. So have a look here. I've got all sorts of different broken veins and lumps and bumps and things that are kind of going on my face, and look at all that tiredness. Quite a lot of that at the moment. So I wanted to show you how I get this together. So the first thing I do is this. Primer. Primer, primer, primer. You have to use primer. It's imperative. It saves everything. And you don't need a lot, just a little bit. It's like all these products. You really don't need a lot, because that's the beauty of buying in a bit of quality. Now I would recommend that you use a brush for this, but I'm not, because I don't have one. So just using my hands for now until my little package comes. Okay, you haven't got to go to town on that too much, just evens your skin tone out, makes it all comfortable. And the next thing I do is my BB Flawless. Now I do this particularly because I have dry skin, and I don't like dry skin. I don't like my face all day, even though I've moisturised. I don't want my face all day to feel like it needs more than what I've put on it. So I just really lightly cover my face in BB cream. And plus, as I'm getting older, I'm 33 now, you need to do more. So then third step is my concealer. Now this is just a wonderful thing. Again, I'd recommend a brush, but this is a work morning, so this is just how it is. Now I'm only using a tiny, tiny little bit, because this is my first application of it. I'm going to use a little bit more on my cheeks, because I really want that to just even out a little bit. Okay, so the next thing I do is this, the most wonderful foundation that has ever been created. Now this is how I do it, okay? So, looks crazy, but this is it. And take my brush, and then I blend. Guys, I am tapping really lightly, and I am stroking downwards. Now we want to stroke downwards because we're going away from the pores. We do not want to be opening those pores back up, otherwise you get a very offensive dotted appearance that nobody really wants. I'm always stroking downwards, and I tend to go on feel more than anything else. And if it feels good and it feels blended, then I'm happy. There's nothing worse as well than being hot and doing your makeup and you can just feel it sliding all over the place. So I'm just going to pop a little bit more concealer on, because this is just how I like to do it. You know, the thing about makeup is there is no rules. Unless you're doing studio makeup, there is no rules. It is how you want to do it and how it works best for you. So, okay, so there we go, we have a bit of coverage on, as you can see. Then the next step that I'm going to go for, which is my favourite, but I can't find it, so I will use my mineral concealer. I like to then do my eyes and my brows. So I go in with my mineral concealer and I just go all the way around my eye. So this is fresh, but that's because I'm super duper pale, and that's how I like it. You can see it starting to come together. Then it is palette 1 and a slanted brush. Doesn't matter what slanted brush you use as long as it's a slanted brush. Now I'm going in with Forthright first on our palette 1. As you can see, this is very well used. And I'm going to just brush these brows downwards. Then I'm going to go in with my slanted brush and I'm just going to go along with the hairline and I'm just going to stroke it down. Okay, looks a bit weird at the moment, but I promise you it will end up looking good. And I'm just going to stroke down again. Okay, ooh. Then I'm going in with Chipper. And I'm just going to draw a little line at the top. It's going to blend into my Forthright on there, okay? Do the same on the other. Remember, they're sisters, not twins. So you're never going to get it exact. Like, go in with a tiny little bit more Forthright and I'm just going to blend all that together. Real light, excuse me, really light strokes. And just bring the brush up. Okay, so now I'm going to take my brush again and I'm just going to blend again. Now remember, this is work makeup. This is not like I'm going out for a party makeup, so it's not going to be absolutely a spot on. It's going to do what it needs to do in order for me to go to work and look good. Okay, I can feel myself getting a bit hot and sweaty again, so I'm going to run over with my brush and just downwards, 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 downwards. Okay, so at this point I always have a look, like, where am I at? Is it even? Does it make sense? Do I need any more of anything? And because I've had no sleep, because of my babies and because of my general kind of last couple of days, I am going to go in with a third concealer. And I think that doesn't help that I'm a little bit sweaty, because even though it's raining, yeah, kind of a bit happy with that. Even though it's raining. Okay, so brows done, face on. I need to find my bronzer because that's usually the next thing I do, but it doesn't seem to be to hand, so I'll come back to that maybe another time. Right, so back to palette 1. This is my constant go-to, and I'm going to get my bigger brush and I'm going to go into Brassy. Now everything I do with Brassy. I love Brassy. I'm going into the corners first. Hell yeah. And then I'm just going to blend it out all the way so it makes sense. So blendy, blendy, blendy. Now that didn't take too much time at all. So now I'm going to take my bit of a rounder brush and I'm going to go into Zealous. And with this, I'm just going to pull my eye ever so slightly across and I'm just going to brush it into the crease. So it has quite an intense effect straight away, but I like that in my makeup. It's kind of like go big or go home. Okay, so now that's on, I'm just going to grab my blending brush and I'm going to do circles and I'm going to blend, blend, blend. Now this is the bit when I see so many women, they don't blend. Like, they're just kind of like plonking it on and then just going out, and you're like, wow, blend, you know? Like, nobody wants lines. You don't want lines around here and you don't want lines there. You just want beautifulness. So you see? Easy. Now my next step is my eyeliner. Now I am rubbish at winged. I give it a go, so I tend to use just my nice little pencil, and I go in my corners and I just darken it enough that it has a nice effect. And I love these pencils because they just do not go anywhere. And I go into the waterline and I do the same thing. Okay, and then, oh, I dropped my mascara. Okay, then once my brows have kind of settled a little bit, I always do this a little bit last, but I go in with my gel. I grab my gel and I make it happen, and this just sets those brows really nicely. Look how tired I look. And then the last but not least, oh, Wonder mascara. So for this I'm going to bring the mirror to me, because I would always do my mascara from looking down. So I have my mirror and I'm just going in really lightly with the gel, and you're just going from root to tip. And you're just agitating it right up to the top, from root to tip. Okay? Then that needs to set a little bit. So I'm going to go in and do my other eye. Okay? And fibres on this one eye. Top and bottom, and then fibres on the other eye. I'm just kind of breaking my lashes up as I go. Now again, daytime wear, you know, I'm not going Jeffree Star here. I am just going comfortable, nice. Oh, by the way, I love Jeffree Star. If you get to follow his tutorials, you should. And Nikki tutorials. Both of them freaking awesome. Okay, so that's me titivated. So okay, so if I sit a little bit back and I kind of assess what I've done, I go, okay, so that has taken me 12 minutes, 13 minutes on my timer, 12 minutes on my clock. Okay, so we have a face, you know. So now, actually, do you know what I really like to do before I do that is grab my concealer, which I dropped everything. Okay, I'm going to put some concealer in here. And then I'm going to use Primal. I'm going to put a little bit there. And I'm going to put a little bit there. And I'm going to blend together. And that is how I tend to do my lips. And if I need to just bring it down a little bit, because it needs to come in. And this is what I do. Okay, so other than my my blusher, which seems to have done a runner, which for me is one of the most important parts, but you know, so living. So I always, like, there's a little bit left on here, so I'm just using that up. So you've got your cheekbones here, right? So you're brushing in there. And up, and up. And if you want to, so you're not brushing here, obviously. You want to have a line. You want that to be, you know, non-blushed. or bronzered, sorry. And underneath, do you line underneath your chin? Again, remember I haven't got much on here, so I can kind of be a little bit more. Then round your face, round here, in a 3, underneath, and round the top. So, 15 minutes, 26 seconds, 2 children, 2 full-time jobs. This is it, ladies. There's not much more to it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Love you all lots, and if I can help in any way, please let me know. Love you, bye.